Star Report. I am your host, Star. It's Friday evening. Welcome aboard. Okay, you see the title. My homie, Joe Budden, is he secretly in love with rapper Cardi B or madly in love? I have a theory. Just allow me to lay all of this out, and I want you guys to chime in, all right? As of yesterday, Cardi B took to X, which is formerly Twitter, and she went in. She went in balls deep, 10 toes down, and she spoke about Joe Budden. And guys, there's no S on the end of Joe Budden's name. It's Joe Budden. She went in about him, constantly hating on her, going in on her with regards to her second album, which, has not come about as of yet, and other things. And then, listen, Joe is my guy. You know this already. In my opinion, he is the best of the best right now, the best understanding of the genre. He's a traveler. He has knowledge, wisdom, insight. And when he speaks about the music, everything from publishing deals and bars and tracks, he knows what he's talking about. So with that being said, it's just a theory. And let me jump out the window and say, yes, I believe that Joe Budden is secretly in love with Cardi B. He's been kicking her back in, so she says, over the years, with regards to why she, again, has not put out a second album, some of her bars, yada, 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 yada. So I did a little research here. I went back to episode 45 of the Joe Budden podcast. Back in those days, it was called I'll Name This Podcast Later. Again, episode 45 with Cardi B. And salute to the homie Rory from Rory and Mull. He and I chopped up from time to time. I'm going on his podcast when I go up to New York on business next month. So I listened to that, episode 45 with Cardi B on May the 29th, 2016. And let me just say, and there was a female co-host at the time, Marissa Mendez, okay? So it was the four of them talking. They weren't talking about her music and her bars. Cardi, to her credit, was trying to talk about she graduated from high school, she went to college. I didn't know Cardi B went to college. Buying gifts for her family. She was trying to walk on the straight and narrow. Joe starts talking about sucking dick, the strip clubs, bitches sucking farts out of his ass. Crazy shit. Not too much about the music. Cardi B played one of her tracks. Again, this is 2016. Some type of track with a Shaggy remix or something. And Joe was, I like the beat. I like the beat. Then he got right back to the bullshit. Now, this was prior to Cardi B getting the BBL, I'm sure, and getting her teeth fixed because she spoke about, not having these things done as of yet. And she said she was just stripping a couple of months prior because she had a new manager, and he was putting her on the path to being a full-time artist and hosting, parties and events, yada, yada, yada. So that episode is important with regards to my theory tonight because, again, Joe wasn't talking about music. He was calling her queen over and over. And the shit was so sweet, I damn near got a cavity. And then at one point, he called her goddess. I said, wow, this nigga must be open like 7-Eleven behind this chick. She was, again, to her credit, very nice. And toward the end of the podcast, he asked her, how many podcasts has she done at that point? She said only 2 or 3. Now, my theory is based upon a few things. Allow me to explain. Cardi B, I think we can all agree, is Joe Budden's type. That's his type. If you go back to his track record of dating, and I only know some of the girls he's dated. Oh God, what is her name? Tahiri. She's a Dominican, yes, Dominican, but that's his type. Esther Baxter, who came on the Star and Buckwild show. What a sweetie she was. She's got some type of Cuban Puerto Rican mixture in her. That's Joe's type. So I'm saying this early that Cardi B is Joe Budden's type, and she didn't have all the work done, when she came on his podcast. Again, episode 45. If you have not heard it, please go check it out. Now, let me just give you a little timeline before I get to my showrunner, and I see you guys on the phones already. Sit tight, sit tight. Somewhere around pardon me, Cardi B and Offset started dating in early 2017, right? Troll babies, 2017, early. That's when they started dating. In June of 2017, the Migos sit down with my homie Academics, Joe Budden, and Nadeska. This was the original Everyday Struggle team. Joe Budden gets frustrated, walks off. I'm sure he caught wind that, Cardi was dating Offset. Now, so this is his type, Cardi B. She hadn't popped off yet. And I'm going to put my own self out there because being in that position, a media host, radio, whatever you want to call it, podcasting, when you see these young girls coming up, sometimes you can get caught up in the moment. I'll even say I got caught up in the moment when Ashanti first came on the Star and Buckwild show. 8 o'clock in the morning, teeth all white, skin smooth as fuck, huh? Pretty as a button. There have been other females of age. The group Lyric on Arista Records came on the Star and Buckwild show. I got so caught up. One of the girls named Jackie, she's chewing a piece of gum. I asked her for some gum, and she said, well, you can have the one in my mouth. And she took it out during the interview and put it in my mouth. Freak shit. And there's other groups. Again, younger female groups. I think Isis on Arista Records. One of those girls is Megan Good's sister. And the list goes on and on and on. So this is not far-fetched what I'm saying here about Joe Budden. I think he took a liking to Cardi B. Now, he didn't know she was going to pop off a year and a half later. Pow! Bodak Yellow. But at that time, you had the country nigga, Offset, decking her. And she was no longer that young girl that he knew that had the chipped or jagged teeth. She got her money up, her weight up, right? I'm saying it's just a theory. Joe Budden has been secretly in love with Cardi B. Thus, the reason why he's been taking shots at her over the years. We don't give a goddamn who writes what. That's that old shit. And even if she does write her music, and I say this with all due respect, she popped off. I think Bodak Yellow, which came out in 2018. Hang on, I got my laptop here. Over 1 billion fucking views. So who gives a shit if she puts out a second album or not? She's been getting it out the mud for so many goddamn years. She's probably tired of rap music. I know I am. Anyway, so this is according to the New York Post and other platforms. Cardi B, she went apeshit on, again, the platform X, saying that Joe Budden has just been taking shots at her. She doesn't get it. And she said, yo, my nigga, I gave you 2 lap dances back in the days. And she accuses him of being on coke. She says she could smell it. Now, I have no knowledge of Joe Budden doing coke. I mean, I know he had some issues, as we all did, What Troll Babies, what was Joe on? Supposedly ecstasy or Molly or something like that back in the days. Hey, Lucy's Pearl, I see you, girl. So he's had his battles with some type of narcotic. I'll just say that. Now, do I believe Cardi B gave Joe Budden 2 lap dances? Absolutely. I do. And the club, she said, was it Starlets? I think that's in Queens, right? I've been there twice. So she's accusing him of, hating. Now, again, this episode 45, let me just go back there for a second. There was no mention of her giving Joe Budden a lap dance when she first went on his show. That leads me to believe she's a real bitch. She kept her mouth shut. She probably said, yo, this is Joe Budden. I'm trying to eat. I'm trying to get on. I'm not even going to bring up the lap dance. Whether he was on some type of narcotic or not, again, I don't know. I have no proof. That's hearsay. She didn't even bring it up. But now, fuck it. You were on coke. That's what she said. Your breath was, I smell this shit on you. So she's had enough, right? That's my top story this evening, guys. Is Joe Budden secretly in love with rapper Cardi B? There's some other things I'm going to put on the table with regards to my theory. But again, I'm giving you context here. And, guys, one other thing. Has Joe Budden been taking shots at the Migos over the years? Again, there was some issue back in 2017, something at the BET Award show, whatever that was. But since then, has he been having issues with the Migos? If so, it's probably because he fantasizes about Cardi B. Oh my God. I'm going to tell on myself later about me when I got that Motorola 2-way pager. The first person I sent a message to was Ashanti. Okay, guys, I see when the live chat said tight. Joe Pilot, I got your donation. Thank you for tapping in. So he says, Budden, typical introvert. Ooh, beige rage. Okay. Gangs of Love, I see you. So he says, Star, finish the story. Did you chew the gum? Nigga, when Jackie from the group Lyric, when I was the records, put the gum on my mouth, you damn right I chewed it. Nigga, I didn't take it out or throw it away. Thank you for your donation. Hey, Penelope, thank you for tapping in. Damien, I got your donation. Okay. Hey, Tara. She says, Star, Dominican coochie is the devil. Thank you, Tara, for your donation. I never had any Dominican coochie that made me, want to go back for seconds. I'll be honest with you, but thank you for your donation. All right. And yes, guys, I know about Lawrence Taylor being arrested again in Florida. Not tonight. He's got issues. We'll get back to that old nigga, but he's a Super Bowl champ. So there we have it. Okay, let's get the show started here. Area code 272. Good evening. It's Friday. I'm going to be a little silly tonight.
Yeah.
How are you, sir?
Yeah. What's going on, Star? Nah, if you really go back, it started over that Motorsport song. So if you go back to his podcast, I forgot which one it was. He had
You're talking about Joe Budden and Cardi B, sir? You talking about?
Yes. So when Hitmaker was on the show, Hitmaker was talking about how Atlantic Records, how they split the producers and writers in a separate room, and how they make them write songs, or whoever write the right song to go with the song, he's gonna pick them. So when he was talking to Joe Budden and he was talking about Motorsport, and he explained to him what happened with that song.
Sir, Motorsport came out in 2018. I just pointed to the first time she went on the Joe Budden podcast, 2016. And Hitmaker, a.k.a. Young Berg, is a fucking goofy. Please, let's go back. 2016.
Right.
Did you hear that episode?
Right. Yeah. I heard that episode. It seemed like they was cool. It seemed like it was all love. It wasn't no beef or nothing like that. Like they didn't have issues and problems.
Nigga, it was a freak show. The girl, Marissa, she started telling some crazy story about taking dick, sucking dick, something crazy. And Cardi B was like, whoa. This chick went on and on and on. Marissa, Cardi B was she was trying to talk about college and school, my nigga. Come on.
She was wide open, like she was opening up. Like I thought she was on something on the show. The way she was talking, because Cardi B was looking at her like, "Yo, you giving out too much information."
Yeah,
but she was giving out all the information and details and stuff like that. But the one thing I will say this: that last episode that recently happened, Joe did give her love. he didn't really go in on her and stuff like that. He was just saying stuff like, we waiting for an album, you know. And then Flip said what Flip said. Flip was like, I was in Atlantic Records. They said
Queen's Flip, sir. Put some respect to his name. Trevor Robinson. It's Trevor.
so then, but remember, this goes way back. I think this is over Nicki, because you know Cardi don't like Nick.
Stop, sir, please. You're from New York, yes? And I've spoken to you before, yes? Yes. Okay. Let's not do that Nicki Minaj thing. We're talking about Joe Budden, my nigga, being in love. I'm accusing him of being in love with Cardi B. Never mind, Nicki, please. Do you think there's a possibility? If I'm wrong, say Star, you're wrong. Here's why. I'm saying he's in love with
Star. I think Star, I think you're wrong. I don't think it's nothing like that. I think he just be critiquing her music and stuff. And I think when he critiques her music and it goes the way it goes, and everybody hear what he's saying, she don't like that. She don't like him saying anything about her music and stuff like that. And you remember, Shannon Sharp asked her Offset about how he felt about Joe Budden and stuff he be saying. And so he said, yo, I just ran into Joe. He said, yo, we cool. It's no beef. He said, I respect what he has to say. He said, sometimes you got to take the critique what some people say. Maybe you like it or you don't, but sometimes you got to look at it like maybe he knows something that I don't know and stuff. Like he said, but me and Joe get along. We good. We cool and stuff like that. I think sometimes with Cardi, the problem with Cardi is the minute he mentioned her name, she gets mad, but he don't be going in where he disrespecting her, or he said like, yo, we waiting for that album and stuff like that, and she felt some type of way by him saying stuff. Okay. And then, for me, I look at it like this. I feel like the minute he say something about her, she gets mad.
Well, hasn't he been saying enough, sir? That's the point I'm trying to make here. And what you're saying could be valid. But hasn't he been saying enough, my nigga, ever since 2016? He wasn't talking about music in 2000. He was talking about her and the other girls sucking dick or strip clubs, yada, yada, yada. Hasn't he said enough? Why doesn't he just say, hey, you know what? If she drops some music, she drops. If not, I ain't got time. He's up on X talking about, I'm going to leave her alone. Joe said, I never did coke. And I never got a
he never did coke. He talked about the stuff he did. He told about him doing Marley. He told about him smoking Duz and doing wet.
Molly, sir, not Marley.
You know,
Molly, not Marley.
Marley, yeah. He talked about that when he was on his podcast. When he used back in his days, he used to get high and stuff like that. So he did talk about. But I think personally, I don't think he be trying to really like attack her. I just think when he say stuff and she hear it, she gets mad, but she did apologize. I don't know, did she apologize to him? She said she was in her feelings. She was going through something, but she did apologize. But
sir, I hate to cut you. I gotta go. You're talking a hole into my fucking head. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Sheesh, that nigga can talk. You don't have to agree with me, but let me go to the best source. The trolls. The trolls. Do you think Cardi B gave Joe Budden 2 lap dances? She knew who he was. Nigga's mouth probably smelled like raw sewage, you know, on that shit and whatever he was on, allegedly. She grabbed the nigga's dick. Troll babies, have you ever been on coke and gotten a lap dance from a stripper? If you haven't, don't do it. You'll fall in love. Oh my God. Oh my God. Any real niggas in the live chat? What was the spots we used to go to back in the days up in the Bronx? Al's Wedge, Harry's Triangle, the GOAT. The GOAT, my nigga. Shit, huh? Area code 305. I have a theory. I have no proof, no knowledge. Joe Budden is in love with Cardi B. That's the reason why he keeps talking about her. Are you there? 305. 305. Yes, no, maybe.
What's going on?
Yes, sir.
What's going on, Star, man? King Love, man. King Love.
How are you, sir?
What's happening?
It's cracking.
Yeah, man. Listen, about two topics that you have. I don't follow Cardi B too much, and neither Joe Budden. But I think that Joe Budden, like you say, I think he's on the cover in love with Cardi B, and probably when he saw a couple of months ago when Cardi B was going through her shit with pardon me, when she was going through it with Offset, he thought that he had a chance and slide in it, but it didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happened. So she didn't give him she didn't give him the green light, and he now going back talking that talk and talking crazy about her, and maybe she's getting tired of it, man. You know what I mean? So that's what it is.
Hold on a second. They did a show on Joe Budden TV about Cardi B and Offset breaking up. Now, Joe doesn't do tea, and if he does, we don't want to hear Joe Budden do tea. We go to him for the intricate details of the music industry, rapping, rhymes, beats, and so on and so forth. So for him to do a show about Cardi B and Offset breaking up, and I'm going to get the date here for you in a second. That was a red flag for me. What do you think? Go ahead.
Yeah, man. I mean, listen, man. At this point, man, I don't even know. To be honest with you, man, I really don't follow rap music right now, man. You know what I'm saying, or any of those shows, man, because it's like it's just nonsense.
A year ago, did Cardi B cheat on Offset? Joe Budden reacts.
Yeah. But listen, man. Let me talk to you about Shakur Stevenson, man. Shakur Stevenson.
Well, hang on a second, because I'm not just accusing him. I've been in that position where you interview these young girls and you're looking at them and they're all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. You ever heard of Keely from 3LW?
Listen, man, I don't know.
Sir, 3LW. You ever heard 3LW?
Uh-huh.
And never mind. You were saying Shakur Stevens, is he ready for Javante Davis?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, man. Shakur Stevenson is not ready for that type of smoke, man. Okay. You know what I'm saying? He really doesn't want to let his hand go. He want to play that Mayweather type of style fighting, just defense and defense. Okay. And that's not going to work right now, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He needs to really go at it with a couple of fighters before he gets to Tank Davis, man, because Tank Davis, he's a bully, man. Tank Davis don't back down, and he's going to keep going forward. And if he tries to do anything with Tank Davis right now, it's going to be over for him. Yeah. And he's going to look embarrassed. Okay. It's going to be embarrassing for him.
Okay. I thank you for the call, sir. Thank you.
All right, son.
Folks, I'm not just accusing Joe Budden. I'm putting myself out there, as an example. You guys remember 3LW? Keely, hold on a second. I'm getting a little tired of your broken promises. Seeing you at your friends. Remember that? Keely Williams, Adrian, and Notori. They came on the Star and Buckwild show because nobody in New York radio was playing that song. They were playing it on, oh God, what was that show on BET with Roach and Tinkerbell? 106 and Park, pardon me. So they came on the Star and Buckwild show, and I started playing the hell out of that goddamn track. And she was so goddamn cute, and I just said, I said, slow down, old nigga, slow down. They gave me a platinum plaque because I was the first one to play, and then Z100 started playing anyway. So Joe Budden, I'm saying he was looking at, Cardi B and just saying how young and innocent she was at that time. The nigga fell for her. Hold on a second. Blade tapping in. He says, snitch nigga, putting Queens Flip's government name out there. Most requested. I got your donation. He says, King's love, my nigga star. Thank you so much. Let me go to area code 808. Friday night. It's just a theory. Can you get us off the speakerphone?
Thank you so much.
Give me a second. Okay, I got to go. I can't do it. Please, folks, don't call in. I'm on a speakerphone and you're killing the vibe. Okay. Area code 857. Good evening. Are you there on a Friday night? 857.
What up, Stars?
Yes,
it's
sir.
me, Joe Pilot.
Hey, how are you, man? It's cracking, homie.
Cool. You already know a dumb in the can, giving his perspective on black topics.
Come on.
Yeah. I mean, not even black topics, half whole bunch of mixed topics, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, Joe Budden, who knows? I definitely don't believe no half Dominican chick from the Bronx. You know, but yeah, Joe Budden do like them little mixed chicks, but who knows? He probably didn't get no lap dance from her. She might be capping, just trying to smother his credibility, trying to make it seem that he had a thing for her or something. Okay. So that's why he's hating.
Okay.
Maybe he's not. I think that her label or somebody's probably talking to Joe behind the scenes and telling hey, Cardi B's not working how she should be working. We telling her to get in the stew, and all she wants to do is do features, and all she's worried about is her husband and her family. I think that's what the play is. I think Atlantic's pulling the strings behind the scenes and telling Joe, feeding him information like, yo, we trying to get this broad in the studio. We trying to, capitalize on her money now. She's getting older in age. Right. And, there's new and up-and-coming women. There's Ice Spice coming out of here. And, sooner or later, the boat's going to leave us somewhere. They're trying to capitalize. And, Joe Budden's just a casualty of war.
Can I respond to what you just said, sir?
Yes.
The labels don't necessarily need those one-on-one relationships with bloggers like they did with radio stations back in the days. With all due respect, they don't have to call Joe Budden as if he's the only goddamn source out there or the only force to be reckoned with. There's a lot of people out there. And he said, and I just saw a little clip of it on his last podcast, he hasn't spoken to anyone at Atlantic. He said it's just a hunch. So just entertain my bullshit for a second here. Did you see the old interview from 2016 with Joe Budden and Cardi B, episode 45?
Nah, I didn't see it.
A lot of people didn't see it. I mean, it didn't have even 30,000 views, but it was the early days. If we're going back and we're talking about, history and stuff like, hold on a second, history. And with regards to my theory, I think it's important. Do you think that?
No, definitely.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
My fault for cutting you off. My fault.
Go ahead.
No, it's definitely true. And Cardi back in 2016, she was definitely, definitely wasn't on the level she is now. And she's always had that homegirl attitude and stuff. Like, she's always seemed cool. So who knows? She's probably not lying, maybe, and Joe, that's definitely his type. But at the same time, Joe's not her type. If you knew Cardi, she's only messed with hood niggas, with niggas with the steel, bumping this, dumping the cig. That's what she's like. And Joe Budden ain't like that. Joe Budden just, be letting his hands go against Esther Baxter and stuff like that. So
damn,
she probably don't like him.
Well, where are you going? where are you going?
He probably tried to bag it, and she curved him. Cause she like niggas that put in work.
Shit. Okay. But hang on a second. Are you from New York? Where you from?
Nah, I'm from Boston.
Okay, Beantown. About a year and a half ago, I said on one of my episodes, I need to stop hating on Cardi B. She's married. She got a ring, my nigga. She got a ring. Most of these hoes out here ain't even got no fucking ring. Whether she puts out another album or not, who knows? But do you think that there's a chance, just a chance, that he's doing too much with regards to her, and their first meeting may have affected him? I'm just asking you to explore the theory. That's all.
And don't forget, one baby father. She got 2 kids with one man, which is rare nowadays. Because Females get with one man, bow a kid. They be dropping kids. They give every dog a kid. No, she ain't like that. Yeah, I mean, you definitely got a point. I think,
just ask him.
You know, yeah, I think Joe Budden. He's like that. Like I think when he kind of gets you, when he picks you on as a punching bag. No pun intended. We know his history. When he picks on you as a punching bag, he's gonna keep letting you go until there's no more stuffing, or no more baby.
Got you.
He's gonna keep on. So I think that's what it is. I think Cardi finally got the picture. Like, yo, let me clap back at this dude so he can get off my back. And I want to touch on Shakur Stevens.
No, you did great, man. I gotta take other calls. Thank you, man. Salute. Thank you. Okay. Guys, can you see that showrunner? Star is now a life coach. I'm not doing seminars. I'm not doing courses to then teach you how to sell a course. No. But, people reach out and I might as well. Do 30-minute calls to assist some of you. I've never been depressed. You know my age, born in 1964. I don't take any medication. I pop a vitamin once in a while, a B12 shot here and there, and some pharmacists. But for the most part, I'm healthy. I'm active every day. I think I can help some of you guys. Star is now a life coach. You have my email address if you need to talk. I can't help everybody, and I don't even know if I can really help you, but sometimes you older guys, there are things, and I'm putting together a whole PowerPoint presentation. There's things that you need to think about with regards to your past, your present, and your future. A lot of you guys, you have a future, but you're allowing a woman to suck the life out of you. Okay, we'll talk about that later. Okay. Sir Shai, got your donation. Joe Budden has a thing for Dominican and Ricans. I said that, sir. Yeah. What's the chick who he had a baby with? Is it Sandy, or what is her name? She was in some type of lesbian relationship with Erica Mena. Sandy. Is it Sin? She was like, no disrespect, she was like a knockoff Cardi B. Didn't she have some type of singing or rap career? She was trying to get up off the ground. My timelines are not too sure with regards to, Sin, yeah. They have a beautiful seed together, but, Cardi B popped off. Pow! And here you are, Joe Budden, you're on the goddamn internet every day, and she keeps popping up in the timeline, and you think back to the 2 lap dances, and she kept her mouth shut. Cardi's got some sexy fucking feet. Can I get an amen? Has anybody seen her feet? And she dancing in the heels. Nigga probably fell in love. Julito, I got your donation. Hey, man, thank you for your support. Hey, man, thank you for asking. Shoot me an email if you want to use some content. As long as you ask, I'm pretty flexible. I appreciate you asking. Shoot me an email and just make sure you say to Amy, because she checks my emails, this is for Star. I spoke with Star. I'm sure we can work something out, okay? Thank you for asking. The DoorDashian. Star, I went to BMCC with Cardi B. Really? Are you on the line? Oh, that's what's his name? Advo. Advo, are you calling in? What's your number? I think I blocked your old number. Was it like a 203 or some shit? Steve, I got your donation. Star, I'm on the line. Area code 404. Steve, thank you for tapping in. I just have a theory. I have no proof. Joe Budden in love with Cardi B. Thus the reason why he can't keep her name out of his mouth. What do you think, Steve?
Hey, what's up, sir?
Hey, how are you, man? It's cracking.
Hey, I'm good, man. Hey, before I get into the topic, man, I've been trying to email you about some stuff that I need help with, man.
Okay. The hater, 1964yahoo.com.
Okay, I'm gonna email you right after this is over, man. I got a YouTube page and I talk about a lot of interesting stuff.
Okay.
I just need help getting monetized.
Send me an email and just make sure you say, Amy, I spoke to Star. That's my alleged daughter. You know, she's a lot to handle. But go ahead, go ahead. You're saying, go ahead.
That's a bet. And this is something I cover a little bit. My channel is Urban Artificial Intelligence. I use.
Well, sir, I don't want you promoting unless you spend some Skrilla. But now, did you touch on Cardi B and Joe Budden? That's my topic tonight.
Yeah, kinda. You're right. Let me get into that now.
Come on.
The reason that they're beefing, and we all know why they beefing, but podcasters and rap is kind of merging into one thing. You know what I'm saying? That's why Cardi B is so upset with Joe Budden. It obviously is some personal issues, but podcasters are now like rappers almost. It's almost like it's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of that going on. But personally, I feel like Cardi B, she ain't dropped the album in a long time. She can't be mad at the stuff that Joe Budden is saying. Her album went #1. She done went 6 years without dropping another album. We never see nothing like that. She can't be that sensitive.
Okay. Not that you have to agree with me, but what about my theory? And, you know, coming from a guy who's been in that position where you interview these artists when they're on the way up and, you know, you want to help them and, you know, some of them or most of them fall to the wayside. But then every once in a while you have one that pops off. Pow! You know, and you're sitting around one night, you're massaging your scrotum and you're having a fucking drink and you try and contact her and no response. Come on, let's talk on real nigga time tonight, man. Huh?
Well, yeah, I mean, Joe Budden is a hater. You know what I'm saying? We all know that. He hates on people, and I think it's for views. I don't know if he personally got an issue with her, but a lot of the things that she said about him was right. I don't know if it's necessarily he in love with the lady, but I do feel like she kind of exceeded his expectations early. I think he had early access to her, and like you said, she kind of blew up and he didn't have the access no more. But she
popped off. He didn't kind of blow up. Boom.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. But she told him, hey,
you gonna do what or who? Let's find out and see. Cardi B. The fuck?
If he was serious about the things that he was saying, he will pull up and listen to the music. She do got a point. He does talk about her a lot. He'll say small things that's good about it, but for the most part, he does talk bad about it. If he was serious about his constructive criticism and he wanted the best for her, he would go listen to the music. He don't. He just sit around and talk about it. So it's a little bit of blame on both sides.
Stay with me. You sound like a knowledgeable man. Have you ever been on coke and got a lap dance from a stripper? Keep it real.
Not simultaneously. I've done that before, but I didn't. Not while I was getting a lap dance. No.
Okay. Did you do some coke and then you had a situation with the female and you reached a certain euphoria and she became ingrained in your mind, your thinking, and you had to see her again, or you couldn't stop thinking about her?
Absolutely. I actually only done it because a female was doing it. I don't even do it anymore because I don't deal with that female anymore. But yeah, for sure. I was doing it. Yeah, for sure.
Stay with me. Stay with me. At that moment in time, the smell of her body, she's whispering in your ear. She might even put her tongue on your ear. This is some other shit. Now, this is according to her. Maybe it didn't happen, but if it did happen, she kept that secret for all these years. Now, he has admitted to doing, whatever. I don't know what drugs Joe has done, but he and academics used to go to the strip clubs, right?
Right. That's a fact. And he's actually admitted to doing.
Right. Say again.
I believe her. I believe her. He's admitted to doing harder things than that, so he probably did do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that situation. Hey, I'm gonna keep it real. The female that I was with didn't look as good as Cardi B. What was going on with him during that episode?
Well, when you're on coke, these bitches are hot as fuck.
Right, exactly.
Right or wrong? bitch, you hot as fuck. I'm on this booger sugar. You know, I gotta see you again. All right. So anyway, send me an email. Let's promote your platform. I appreciate you reaching out.
Okay, man. I'm about to send it right now.
Yes,
appreciate
sir.
It,
Thank you. Okay. Star is now a life coach. That's my show. And I have to help some of you guys, man, because sheesh, there are things that I see when I'm out and about. I was driving one of my classic Corvettes today, and I went to the pharmacy to pick up some Huggies and some other stuff. I saw a guy, he must have been 350 pounds. This nigga had all sorts of breathing issues. A nigga looked like he's about 15 years younger than me. I said, God damn. I bet you he's married and his wife deep fries a lot of food. Okay, hang on a second. Hold on a second. Someone says, Star, pick up the phone. I'm on line 347. 347, sit tight. You're up next. Sit tight. Okay. Jerome, I got your donation. I think that might be you in the queue. Sit tight. So I'm coming to you next. Luxury Optic Design. Okay, that's one of my sponsors. Let me see if that's you right there. Hey. Luxury Optic Design.
Salute, Star. Salute. You can hear me?
Hey, man, great to hear from you. Let's do some promotion, please. LuxuryOpticDesign.com. Yes?
Likewise. Yes, absolutely, man.
Let's go.
Absolutely. I've been getting great traction from you guys, man.
Nice.
And I even sent you a snapshot of all the responses.
I got it.
So,
I got it.
Nice. I just finished the sale actually the other day, and completed their glasses, dropped it off.
Nice.
Everything's smooth. So, I appreciate your platform and everything you're doing. But like I said, Luxury Optic Design, basically we fill glasses prescription. If you have a prescription, come with your prescription. I could get you any type of brand of glasses you want. And I fill it for you wholesale price pretty much.
Nice.
So now I accept flex spending. If you have an FSA card or anything or credit card, anything like that, we accept that as well. But normally how I do it, I just do a deposit.
Okay.
You send me your prescription. You pick out the glasses you like. I get that for you. I get the job done. And then you pay the other half once the job is done.
Are there any type of custom designs that are, popular right now, or something that you can suggest based upon the seasons, or any type of evergreen glasses? What do you recommend to people?
Like right now, they have like transitions, but they got newer transitions is for the sun. It's like when you go outside, the glasses automatically turn into sunglasses once the sun hit it.
Okay.
They got something new called Extra Active where it get real dark and it transitions behind the wheel even when you drive it. So that's the type of lenses I could provide as well. They got all types of different colors and stuff like that, but they have what they call Extra Active. It get real dark to block the sun. It get darker faster and it get lighter faster.
Extra Active.
So that's it. Extra Active transition.
Okay. I'm writing that down right now.
Extra Active transition.
And guys, on my screen, my showrunner, LuxuryOpticDesign.com. You sent me a new Instagram promo. Do you want to talk about that? We're going to get that in the community section tomorrow morning. You got a new promo?
I appreciate that. So basically, normally I do word of mouth. I'm going to be honest with you. I do word of mouth. So now I'm starting to graduate to this online thing and pick business up a little bit, because now I've been doing this for 15 years. I've been doing this for some time now.
Okay.
So I started out making glasses. I started out the one putting the lens inside the frame and all of that. And then I graduated to selling glasses. And then, that's how I built myself up. So along those lines, I built my reputation. I got all the plugs and I put the pieces together, and now I'm doing my own thing. So that's why I'm able to provide you the services that I'm providing you.
Do you have
like I said, I do.
Do you have any type of glasses that have like a little tracking chip in there, just in case somebody steals the glasses? You can find some type of app you can find who stole them.
Nah, boy. So they come out with that shit yet, man. They do got the glasses though right now where you can take pictures.
Right.
You can actually take pictures with your glasses. You can listen to the shit. You can watch Facebook on your glasses. All type of fly shit.
Wow.
Yeah, they got all types of new shit right now. Yeah, hell yeah. They got all types of different. That's the Ray-Ban. The Ray-Ban.
Ray-Bans.
They got a new joint. The Ray-Bans. They got a new joint where you could like basically take pictures with your glasses.
Okay.
You could fucking go to Facebook on your glasses. You can listen to music on your glasses. They got all types of wires inside the glasses.
Wow.
It's
Shit.
crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
The newest technology, all that fly shit, I can get whatever you want.
Okay.
There's a blue light filter for the computer, anti-glare for the light night, nighttime drive. When you drive at night and then the oncoming traffic come your way.
I don't drive too much at night at my age. I'm like an early in the morning person, when the sun comes up, I'm in the shower and I'll do all that night shit.
Nah, I feel you, bro. Anytime you need something, I got you, bro. So on the arm, man.
Yeah.
On the arm.
I might want to holler at you about some driving glasses because I wear contacts every day. But hey, man, I appreciate you tapping in, guys. www.luxuryopticdesign.com. Go there. Make sure you tell them I sent you. And let's get you back on the line, man, next week, please.
Let's do it. And then listen, I'm gonna get you the polarized driving glasses. Polarized is gonna block all the sun. You're gonna see everything crystal clear.
Okay.
You feel me? So just tell me what frame you like. Matter of fact, I'm gonna email you some frames. You take the frame out, I'll make it for you.
And I'll send you my prescription.
Yeah, absolutely. I got you, bro.
Great to talk to you, man. Thank you so much. Salute.
Yeah, salute,
okay. All right. It's one of my sponsors, www.luxuryopticdesign.com. All right. Star is now a life coach. I'm going to give you guys more detail either Sunday or next week. Living a life of peace. I kind of, let me slow down. I'll be back up in New York next month. I've been putting that trip off and just, I got to take my road trip in September, right after Labor Day when it, things kind of get back to normal. Is Shakur Steven ready for Javonte Davis? He's talking that hot shit. Okay, I spoke to 305. Thank you for tapping in. Let me see if this is someone who's in the queue. Area code 224. Sit tight. You're up next. I got a donation here from the nigga. Star. Star, I need you to see the old nigga song. Oh, you mean sing. You said see. Sing the old nigga song for Jay Prince. Don't You Cry No More. Yeah, now what happened with him and Cameron and Mace? Did they work that out, or someone sent me a video that said he ran down, and I didn't see that video. Firestarter, what's up, man? I got your donation. He says, Star, who is the female rapper back in the Hot 97 days that you put your tongue in her ass? You promised to reveal that. I forgot. I forgot. But I don't think I ever hated on her, if that helps you figure things out. Let me look at the live chat real quick. Troll babies, before I continue on, is my theory crazy? Does anybody think Joe Budden is in love? I think he is with Cardi B. I think he is. Hang on a second. William, hey, Willie Sutton, do you want to call in? Willie Sutton Seasoning. You're in my community section. Call in, man, please. Let's get you on the line. Do you have the hang on a second. Let me put the you can send me your number and say star I'm on the line. I think you have a 2-week promotion because you went on the Squirrel Party channel and you left a nice comment. Thank you so much. Brand new video coming tomorrow on the Squirrel Party YouTube channel. Willie Sutton, man. Tap in, man. Do some promotion, okay? Area code 224. Good evening. I have a theory about Joe Budden and Cardi B. Are you there? 2.
Yes, I'm here.
24. How are you, sir?
Good evening, Dar. How are you?
I'm good, man. What's cracking?
I'm just calling in to comment on this Joe Budden scenario.
What do you think?
And Cardi B.
What do you think?
First thing is, I want to let you, well, all the listeners know, Joe Budden and Cardi B was on Love and Hip Hop at the same time. Is that correct?
I'm not sure. I'm aware of those episodes, but the whole timeline, I'm not the one to, confirm things about.
If they weren't on at the same time, it was pretty much close.
Okay.
So I'm going to start from the top.
Okay.
I think the way that it was framed and how he said it, that's the reason why, in my opinion, any artist would be upset. Cardi B has only been out for about 8 years.
Okay.
For about 8 years. Now, since she's been out, in regards to the Love and Hip Hop franchise, from an artist standpoint, it is nowhere close. She is the most successful artist to come from that franchise. So when you're saying that he could possibly be in love with her, I think low key he's hating on her.
Okay. Okay.
And the reason why is, if he's saying that she haven't put out an album in such a long time, I'm just going to run down some information for the listeners.
Come on.
She was a part of Rhythm and Flow in 2019, a music competition. She also appeared in that same year in the movie Hustlers. Then in 2021, she had an actual voice role from the movie Baby Shark's big movie. And then in 2022 and 23, she was also the creative director of Playboy magazine.
Okay.
Now, during these times, she has also been featured on hit after hit after hit.
That's a fact.
After hit.
That's a fact.
She is the most streamed female artist in Spotify history. And also, while he's saying all of these things, check it out. This woman went diamond. She went diamond.
Talk about it. Talk about it. Yeah.
Now, ask me this, right? Now, it's been quite some time since Eminem has dropped an album. He just dropped an album this year.
Okay.
I think I could count the times on my hand that I heard him ask Eminem to drop new music, even though Joe Budden and his team had a fallout on Slaughterhouse.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of weird to see him say that she's a featured artist. And this is when I think that the hating starts to come in. What's going to be economically more feasible for an artist? To continually drop hits, or to use an actual album budget and promotion? She's still getting paid all over the board, really and truly. Yeah. Until she gets cold, she doesn't need to drop an album.
If I can jump in, stay with me. I'm hearing you, and you've dropped some real good knowledge here. she's pretty much using the formula from the 50s and the 60s. I don't need an album, as you just said. I'm active. I'm on these singles. I'm crossing different genres. And yeah, so the album, I'll get to it when I get to it. But you said he's hating on her, yes?
That's the way it appears.
Okay.
That's the way that it appears.
Perfect. Give me a second. Do you think that, I don't know how old you are, but sometimes a man can love a woman so much he hates the bitch. Bitch, I love you. bitch, I'll kill you if I get my hands on you. Right? Sometimes men get in their feelings. I don't want nobody to have you but me, bitch. And he had her at that point when she had only done a couple of podcasts. Her teeth weren't even fixed. She was a skinny little thing. And she was his type. You don't think that he looked at her and said, this could be wifey? I mean, am I crazy?
Well, of course, Cardi B was attractive. And even if he did have some attraction toward her, I don't think that his game was elevated enough to capture her attention. I don't think that it was.
Okay.
Because and here's the reason why. Because she's the bigger star. She's the bigger star than he is. So the cachet that he has from the Joe Budden podcast, which he does a very, very good job.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not speaking.
He's the best. He's the best. Let's not get it fucked up.
Absolutely.
The best.
But when it comes down to Cardi B, right? She's on a whole nother atmosphere from just a name standpoint.
Right.
She was one of the first people who really, really sent Instagram up on the viral standpoint. All of her commentary early on, she's been far past him. So in his mind, the only way, and this is just me thinking, in his mind, the only way that he could bring her back down to his level, to his stratosphere, is just to talk about, you know what, you haven't dropped an album. But in the meantime,
crab in the bucket.
100 influenced people by People magazine. These are all facts. Joe Budden.
I knew you when your teeth look like dice. I can't get a feature. I can't get up on one of them tracks. Hey
man, you know what they say when people get money? Cardi B got money right now, and we're not going to even talk about that. We're not going to even talk about that part. We're not going to. We could measure their music career, and man, she's running circles around this guy. But when it comes down to finances, she didn't glow. She didn't went to a place that I'm not going to say that because you know what? I don't like to count people's pockets, and I know that Joe is getting paid by Spotify as well. So I can't say that. I'm going to retract that statement. But as far as from a global name standpoint, that's the reason why I think that he was doing this. And when she put him in his place, did you see how he bagged up like a crawfish, as people in Louisiana say? He said he wasn't going to mention her name ever again.
He said, I will never mention her name again. This lady, he said,
that's what he said.
Lady never gave me a lap dance, and I've never done coke. Pop out.
And you know what?
Hang on. She two-pieced him. And he folded like a lawn chair. He folded.
Well, hey, listen. At least it wasn't to hear it. But that's a crazy joke.
You're wild.
Either way,
you had a pocket. You had a pocket.
I know. You know what? And I'm wrong for that. But
hey, before you go, hold on. I'm sorry. Before you go, stay with me. What's going on with Soulja Boy suing Tasha K? What's the white boy's name who said it? He said Soulja Boy plowed him in the ass. The white boy, William something. You have the speed?
No, I'm not up to speed on that.
Okay,
I'm not up to speed on that. Whenever it comes down to different things like Tasha K, I salute her for the work that she does.
Yeah, that's my girl.
I try to.
That's my girl.
Yeah, that gossip ring is something different, man. So I try to stay away from that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And just speak on things that I know that are facts.
Okay.
One more thing right before I go.
Yes, sir.
Right. I wanted to speak on the Shakira and
Shakur,
Gervonta Davis scenario.
and now he's been calling Tank's name. What do you think? Do you think we'll see that fight in 2025?
Well, one thing for sure, Tank isn't ducking anyone.
Right.
But what I wanted to inform everybody is that the name of the game in boxing, last time I checked, is to win. You know, when you start to commentate on people's styles and say they're not letting their hands go and all of this, hey, look, they're not losing. If a person is not losing, and you know you're coming on their style, you're saying that they're not too exciting and this and this and this, you know what? That just means you don't know boxing.
Right. Yeah.
That's a fact.
Good point.
You know, a lot of people really don't understand, man, how hard it is to sit up in the ring with these trained professionals, you know, for about 45 minutes and go blow for blow and come out of there victorious.
Okay.
This is a sport. It's a professional scenario for a reason. So if this guy goes in there and try to, you know, swing his arms everywhere and then end up getting knocked out trying to please somebody, who's going to be the fool in that situation?
I do want to see the fight, though. I thank you for calling, sir. Thank you.
Man.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate the information.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Star is now a life coach. I'm going to start these phone sessions next week. Let's say Monday. I've got time, you know. Anybody need a life coach? You know, the whole death of Richard Simmons, it just kind of, man, it just shook me a bit, you know? Will that work you put in? Ryan, I got your email. What's going on, Ryan? Okay. Ryan, my alleged daughter, Amy, will respond to you. I'm going to leave your email for her. Just be careful. She's a tragic mulatto. If you have an issue with her, just say, hey, I need to talk to Star. She runs the Star Report. I'm just the chump in the front, according to her, okay? Okay. Okay. Area code 313. It's Friday night. I just have a theory. I have no proof. Are you there? 313? 313. Can you turn that down in the background, please?
What up, though, bro? You hear me, bro?
Yes, sir. How are you? Good evening.
Yes, sir. Yeah, bro. Didn't she interview him?
Say again.
Cardi B, didn't she interview him, bro?
Can you turn down the laptop or something in the background? We have an echo, sir. I want to hear you. Give him a second, folks. He's in the trap house. Are we good? Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I hear you, bro. Didn't she interview him, bro?
I don't know, sir. I mean, I know that he interviewed her back in 2016, and I still hear the echoes, sir. Please, what are we doing?
I'm sorry about that, man. But nah, she interviewed him. Remember, I was like, why is she interviewing him? Because he running for president. Why Cardi B, out of all people, get to interview him?
Oh, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. He thinks I'm talking about Joe Biden, folks. Give him a second. Yeah, when did Cardi B interview President Biden? What year was that?
When he was running against Trump the first time.
Right.
Yeah, like.
So I need you to go back to sleep. Go back to sleep, okay? Thank you so much. Salute.
Hold on. So real quick, Star.
So you did good. You did good. You did good.
No, wait. I watched your show, bro.
Right.
I'm saying that last caller, he got sugar this tank, bro.
Okay, well, even if he does, sir, you're high. In the title, it says Joe Budden, not President Biden.
Oh, shit.
Salute, my nigga.
You about to hang up on me, ain't you?
Salute, my nigga. Salute.
You about to hang up on me?
Salute.
All right, don't hang up on me, though, bro.
I get it. I got time for the bullshit. It's Friday night. Florida Boy J, it's Friday night. Are you there, sir? Good to hear from you. FBJ.
Big nigga, we on the radio. We on live stream. We on YouTube. Real niggas in the building. What we talking about? What's the 3 topics, niggas?
We on
you know what time it
I'm
is,
on
man.
real nigga time tonight. And Joe Budden, who is my guy, he invited me to the Joe Budden podcast. I'm going. I accepted his invitation. But he's lit right now, as always. Cardi B aired him out. I'm not sure if she was spitting facts or not, but she says she gave him 2 lap dances back in the days. He was on the powder, and the nigga needs to stop hating on her. What say you for the boy Jay?
All right. So first of all, I heard the audio. I heard Cardi B, go on the Twitter Spaces when it was in real time. She didn't bring Joe Budden up. I don't know if anybody's really called in and gave you any details of the topics. I don't want to regurgitate anybody's talking points, whatever. But she didn't let Joe on stage. But being an avid listener to the Joe Budden podcast, Joe has given Cardi B props numerous times. Joe has brought Cardi B on the Joe Budden podcast in the first, I think, 15, 20 episodes before even Bodak Yellow popped off.
Episode 45. I've already gone through that back in 2016. I've gone through that.
Absolutely. He was one of the main advocates for it. Even if he rocked with Nicki Minaj and there's a Web and Nitty connection, he still always supported Cardi B and when she came up. And any critique that he has of her, okay, we see Doja Cats, we see Meg Thee Stallions, we see gorillas, we see women who have came after Cardi B, who's dropped their debut albums and have went on tours, stadium tours. Cardi B has yet to go on a stadium tour. She has yet to drop another album. She's just the female J Electronica. She's just Lauryn Hill 2.0. Okay. We're going to get an album, win some awards, and not see the light of day. This is one of the Andre 3000 levels of laziness as a hip-hop artist.
Okay.
And at the end of the day, Joe, and what he said, even when he talks about, she's not going to drop another album, or when he talks about, she's just going to be a feature artist. You haven't dropped albums in 7 years. Where do you think he's getting these talking points from? Right. If it's not Mike Kaiser and people at Atlantic, it's other people that he's probably has relationships with that tell him, hey, man, he asking them, Cardi, in the new Cardi B album, they're probably saying, hey, man, we can't get her in the studio, Offset putting babies in her. She crashing out on Tasha K niggas online every day. I ain't got a record in the studio. We ain't got no hits. Nah, Joe, ain't no album coming, big nigga. Ain't no album coming. So Joe go on his podcast and just tell the truth. And at the end of the day, even if somebody put a bug in his ear to say it, the label got to, nudge her to drop something. And then she didn't say, when she went on her thing to prove him wrong, all she did was reiterate and reinforce what Joe's been saying. She said, hey, I'm not dropping no album. I don't have an album date or tour ready to announce. But what I do have is another feature with Rob 49. So you're just reiterating and doubling down on Joe's initial point in the first place.
Okay.
So what are we talking about?
I can appreciate everything you've just said. And again, Joe's the best of the best right now. So his understanding of the process of songwriting, recording, execution, and then touring, he's elite. I think Joe is an abstract thinker. So with regards to Cardi B and their tension, if you will, it just seems like, according to her and other people, it's too much. Do you think he's gotten caught up, and he's just, sometimes you get caught up, and him pulling back now will be a good thing? What do you think? He just got caught up in too much Cardi B talk.
Absolutely not. Because Joe, the reason why when they had that media list and Joe and Academics are 1 and 2 is because at a certain point, it has this thing with Drake, and you're not going to pay these niggas to spare you on their objective hip hop opinions. And they learned the game from niggas like you, from niggas before them. That was like, you're not going to give me payola to say you're hot or to kiss your ass.
Okay.
If you're not dropping no music, if I know Atlantic has a whole writing team to pump out hits and they hand pick them to artists, and you haven't picked 7 of those and 3 fillers and dropped the album in 7 years, bitch, you're tripping. You're fumbling the bag. It's obvious. And for, like you said, nigga like Joe, niggas who know when you make hits, it's probably a few writers in the team, a few producers, mixers. You had all the resources to give us another album, and you haven't. So you, just like we say about Aaron Rodgers and a lot of these niggas who can't win a ring, but they get the max deal.
Get that ring or get out of town, nigga. What you doing?
Okay.
Aaron Rodgers can't live up. You can't live off a championship 7 years ago, nigga.
Yeah. Okay, so now I'm not sure if you heard my theory earlier. I laid it out. Again, back in 2016, Cardi B was on episode 45 of the Joe Budden podcast. Joe was talking about sucking dick and all sorts of shit, strip clubs. He wasn't talking music with her. She didn't have her teeth fixed then. She played some track and he just said, yeah, I like the beat. I like the beat. He was calling her queen. He was calling her queen in 2016. He even called her goddess at one point in that interview. And then just follow my timeline for a second. Her and Cardi and Offset started dating in early 2017. In around June, the Migos sit down with Nadeska of Academics and Joe Budden. Joe Budden gets frustrated and walks off during the interview. Do you remember that?
Yeah, definitely, for sure.
Yeah. He probably had a thing for Cardi B, and sitting there with her new man who was putting that country dick up in her, might have got to the nigga. Now, sometime after that, Bodak Yellow comes out. Pow! She's gone. She's gone, Florida boy. She's out. Hang on. She's out of reach. She's gone. She gets her teeth fixed. The ass is looking right. She's looking right, my nigga. She got a little work on the nose, huh? She's different now. Now he's no longer calling her queen, no longer calling her a goddess. Take it from there, sir.
Okay. One track you gotta add just to throw some sauce on it. Ice Traded Game by the Migos for the course of this a nigga hating calling Joe Budden. I was at a Migos concert when they played that song and the crowd was in unison at that time. But that's another little jab because like you said, the whole BET award situation. Is Joe feeling the way as a fellow light skinned nigga? We gonna be petty and fire subliminal shots, and only a few gonna get it. I understand if Joe's on.
Cardi probably told Offset, I gave the nigga 2 lap dances. He was on that powder. I grabbed his dick, and he's tripping. The nigga's tripping. The nigga's open on me.
Hey, so listen, this is why I gotta shoot Joe a tiny bit of bail. Anytime somebody get a rumor or an allegation on you about like some drugs or something nasty, everybody's gonna use it, and because of somebody's reputation, people just gonna assume, yeah, I bet Joe was on coke. It's like, yo, he wasn't even. If you ever listen, that wasn't even his drug of choice back then. It's like niggas just running with whatever, my nigga. Like it just sounds hot. Like, and yeah, I
can text Rocky Thunder right now and find out, but I don't want to do that because I fuck with Joe. But okay,
oh nah, she's not. She's no.
Hang on, easy. It's, Rocky's my peoples. Okay, so my theory is bullshit. Just say, Star, your theory is bullshit. Joe's not in love with Cardi. Just say it. It's bullshit, Star.
Sorry, theory is bullshit. Joe's not in love with Cardi B fans. Joe can pull him, bro. Respectfully, Joe can pull him, bro. Joe, niggas always been hating on Joe, not because he didn't make hits, it's because everybody's favorite King Magazine girlfriend was on Joe Budden's webinar or online or in the streets with Joe. That's why Joe got the hate. Joe never got the hate because you wanted to hear a follow Pump It Up. Right. Y'all niggas was hating because he was with Tahiri and Kaylin and all them bad hoes you niggas was beating off to and couldn't holler at. Let's keep it a buck. Why y'all still, it is what it is though. Salute.
Stay with me because I do want to ask you about Shakur Stephen and Javante Davis. One last question, Florida Boy J, and be honest. Is Cardi B Joe Budden's type?
I think Cardi B was Joe Budden's type about 6 to 10 years ago. Now, that's not his type. He's a little too old. He doesn't have the time, the patience, or the agility to dodge certain things that may fly his way if things go left.
Fuck the algorithm. If Cardi B reaches out to Joe Budden right now and says, I'm going to be up in New Jersey next week, Me and Offset are breaking up. I want you to meet me in the Doubletree Hotel. I'm going to sit on your face, and we're going to patch things up. Would Joe Budden be there, ready for Cardi B to sit on his face?
Nah, that nigga too paranoid. Too many bitches have tried to pull the flip flam, the triple cross on him, live on the pod. Joe ain't falling for that. Joe get the bag too big.
Joe would be there, and he would be on 2 perk 30s. He'd say, okay, I'll be there.
Nah, OG ain't wrong.
Okay.
Nah,
okay.
not Joe. Not Joe,
I'm
man.
going to stop this bullshit. Okay, the Doubletree. Okay, which one? Over in Edison? Okay, I'll be there.
Hey, man. Hey. Hey, man. And we're talking about another thing. We're talking about, you said Shakur and Javonte Davis.
Yeah, it's just a question. Is Shakur ready for Javonte Davis?
Man, hell no, nigga. We know that. We're ready for Shakur to get beat up. It's just Shakur's dodging it. I went to a Shakur fight a few months ago in Vegas. The undercard, it was local undercard kids that were better, more exciting fights than him being the main event. We were asleep. He's it's not that we're wanting somebody to be knocked out, because Floyd was a knockout artist. Floyd, if anything, he taught us how to watch boxing on a technical level and to count points. So the boxing community is savvy enough to understand certain fighting styles. So we really do take offense to when we say Shakur is boring and they try to, it's a casual or because he's not a knockout artist, you don't understand boxing. No, nigga, I seen him live. That shit was boring. We didn't enjoy it. That was
so Killer Cam and Mace had a point when they were talking about him, and then Jay Prince was talking about taking care of something outside. But that was crazy.
Absolutely. And the thing about Shakur is not that we hating on you because we hating on a black man. No, because when you boxed in the Olympics, who went for Shakur Stevenson got his name because the black American pride we have for him to come up in the boxing ranks and be where he is. That's not what we're taking away from him. We're saying that your fights are boring because you're picking inferior opponents and still fighting defensively and not aggressively fighting, or even as a boxer at his stature. There's a level of showmanship that comes with the stature that he now holds that you have to produce. And if you don't produce it, then you're going to have to accept the ridicule. You cannot have it both ways.
Okay.
You are a performer now. This is a show. You're a main event. Niggas do not buy floor seats to watch you go 8 rounds and throw 8 punches.
Okay. Great to hear from you, man. Anything else you want to mention or promote or address, Florida Boy Jay?
Yeah, man. Hey, listen, I'm trying to tell niggas, y'all need to follow my Twitter, FBJ, Florida Boy J 93. Follow me on Twitter. I got to get the numbers up. The niggas is hating.
Send me the information so I can have Kurt make a new banner for you. Just send me a picture and the info. Kurt will get your banner in less than 24 hours.
And lastly, hey, man, Amani up there on the Joe Bud podcast, he brings up Starport. I think niggas be watching, so salute to Amani. Okay. That nigga be bringing you up a lot on Patreon and stuff. Hey, salute them niggas.
Salute.
Star, I'm going to holler at you. Appreciate the topic. Okay. Everybody have a good night, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Okay. Salute to the Joe Budden podcast, man. Joe's the best of the best. And salute to my guy, Queens Flip, a.k.a. Trevor. All that goddamn property he owns down in Jamaica. Hey, Shanice, thank you for your cash app. She says, Star, how do you know about the Doubletree Hotel in Edison, New Jersey? Aha! Guys, I hear some thunder where I'm at right now, here in Emerald Isle, North Carolina. If the power goes out, I'll see you tomorrow. If the power goes out, because sometimes we have power surges. I'm right on the goddamn beach. That's crazy. Okay. Yeah. Is Cardi B Joe Budden's type? When these young females come on your show and you're a quarterback, as Joe is, a radio host or a media personality, you know, you want to make sure that they're okay. If you can give them guidance, insight, if you will, you know. He took a liking to her. And then whammo, she blew up like the World Trade. Holy shit. Guys, that rain is coming down heavy. Let me change my showrunner here. Spirit, are you out there? YouTube.com/@Spirit Smooth Tunes. Guys, you have to go check out this platform. Tell Spirit I sent you. The catalog is crazy. The catalog is crazy. The selection of music, his knowledge. He and his wife, they work together as a team. It's a great platform. Please go there and tell him I sent you, okay? Hold on a second. Let me make sure I'm promoting HudsonTubs.com and any other sponsors who, if you're on that line or you're watching, you want to call in, always just shoot me a email, say, Star, I'm on the line. Let's talk about it, okay? www.HudsonTubs.com. Hey, Sally. What Sally is that? Oh, thank you, baby. She says, Star, you're still the same. You dumped me over 15 years ago over some silly shit, but I ain't mad at you. Baby, you sent it a donation. God bless you and the family. I don't remember which Sally you are, but God bless you, you know. There is no God, but God bless you, baby. Area code 262, good evening. We're talking about Joe Budden. It's just a theory that he has been hating on Cardi B because he loves her. Are you there? 262?
Yo. This Bone doing work.
Hey, man.
Bone doing work in the building.
What's cracking, man? What's cracking?
Not much. I really called for the Shakur Stevenson topic.
Is he ready for Javonte Davis?
The thing is, he's super obvious to everybody because ain't nobody been ready for Tank Davis.
Okay.
So especially not the man of pillow hands, Shakur Stevenson.
Ooh.
That's why I haven't heard nobody talk about that. They're talking about he's boring. What they're not realizing is the reason he's boring is because he can't even knock out a fly if he threw a punch to a fly. The guy has the softest punches in the whole division right now. And what happens is, you know, Shakur Stevenson was one of the best amateurs of his class. I think he won like bronze or silver in the Olympics.
Mm.
All that technical stuff.
Silver in the bantamweight division, 2016 Summer Olympics.
Yeah, his technique is A+. If this was still the amateurs where you didn't have to knock out people or hurt people, then he would be beating everybody. But the thing is, once you get to the professional level,
right.
These guys, they're gonna eat those pillow punches. They'll take 4 to land 1 on Shakur Stevenson. Okay. He hasn't fought anybody worth fighting yet. Like literally anybody that you could think of with a name: Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez, Tank Davis, all of them, Lomachenko, all of them are probably knocking this kid unless he gets some punching power. He literally needs punching power. He should dedicate his next whole training camp to punching power because it's not going to hold up in the professional boxing. And he's at 135 and he can't knock out nobody. People are comparing him to Floyd like, oh, we're okay with watching a boring fighter because we watch Floyd.
I don't think he's anywhere near, Floyd. But
what people forget is Floyd was knocking out legends. Floyd KO'd legends. He KO'd Diego Corrales, one of the best boxers of all time.
Yeah.
He KO'd him. Floyd Mayweather was KOing folks.
Yeah.
The only reason Floyd stopped KOing people is because Floyd broke his hand.
Yeah.
And his hands got really...
He had his bones were brittle in his hands towards the last couple years of his fight. What'd you think about Miguel Cotto, one of my favorite fighters, Miguel Cotto? Woo!
Oh man, that's one of the greatest. That's one of the greatest. So, might be the best Puerto Rican.
Puerto Rico. Oh.
Fun fact: Shakur Stevenson is Puerto Rican. We tried to steal him. For a little bit. Once we realized he ain't got the power.
Are you sure?
You know what I'm saying?
Are you sure?
He wears it on his trunks. He talks about it openly. He's half Puerto Rican.
Yeah, I know he's half Puerto Rican, but to my knowledge, he's just a nigger from Newark, New Jersey. He's half Puerto Rican.
Yeah, I mean, he is black, but yeah, he be repping Puerto Rico. He'll come out with the flag and everything. But yeah, he just needs power.
Yeah.
If he doesn't get power, his career is going to be finished. He'll be comparable to like a Paulie Malignaggi. A really good boxer, but no pop. You need pop in professional boxing or people are going to eat you.
You're right.
And just like KO you.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's really all I called in for, homie.
Anything else you want to talk about? You don't care about Joe Budden and Cardi B. This is trending everywhere. She dumbed out on X, formerly known as Twitter. She said, "Damn, my nigga, what's going on? You keep hating on me. I gave you 2 lap dances back at Club Starlets back in the days. You were on coke." Any thoughts? Do you care?
Yeah, I saw it. I heard the audios. I watched the Joe Budden. But to be honest, I know it's really trendy because it's Cardi B. But I mean, I've kind of seen so many rappers just bug out on, whatever hip hop commentator when they say something they don't like. So it doesn't really like excite me that much because it's just another rapper going at a hip hop commentator when they hear what they don't like. I don't even think it's that deep. It's just a classic rapper being sensitive. If you're not saying nothing nice about them, they get all sensitive.
Right. Okay.
That's how I saw it.
Great to hear from you, man. Salute. Bone doing work. Thank you, man.
Yeah, peace out, man. Good night.
I'm all that A. 469, can you hear me? Are you there? 469.
Yes, sir.
Hey, how are you, man? It's cracking.
I'm good, sir. Did the storm take your line out?
Yeah, the power went out, but we're back in action. I'm just I'm resetting everything up, man. Where do you want to start? Joe Budden. Is he in love with Cardi B? It's just a theory, not that you have to agree with me.
Actually, I was calling about the Tank Davis.
Tank Davis, yeah. Hold on a second. Let me get that on the screen. Do you think he's ready?
I think the ideal fight would be Teofimo Lopez. Have you heard of him?
Yes, I have. Okay. Do you think he's enough?
That guy's ready.
Do you think he's enough of a draw at this point, though? I mean, technically, he's ready. He's a brawler. But is he enough of a draw? Let's keep it real.
Yeah, and they both do the in-ring flip. They got their own flip, their own celebration. Man, I think that right there would be a great fight, man.
Well, you're talking about the fly shit, but I mean, does he have enough of an audience to say, "Hey, this guy, I'll pay $75 to see him fight"? That's the real question. Pay-per-view.
Well, so he's not a big pay-per-view draw, but I think because his name hasn't quite captured that big fight yet. But this is the time, man, when these guys are starting to call each other out. And I mean, we could kind of thank Ryan Garcia for doing that.
I want you to continue. Okay, I want you to continue talking. I don't have all the answers, but somebody like a Ryan Garcia, who's pretty much just shown that all that trolling shit has now led to him just having a breakdown, and he's just entered into rehab. Is it keeping the sport alive to some degree? But it's more of a circus, wouldn't you say, as opposed to what it used to be 20, 30 years ago?
Well, the mental breakdowns for Ryan Garcia didn't just start now. They actually started during the pandemic.
Okay.
So he took a break earlier in the pandemic because he was having mental issues then. Now, I think a lot of it is just, selling the fight. He won the fight. Everything kind of blew up in his face. He's all over the place, as you would say, like bird shit.
Like bird shit. Yeah.
So, I mean, he made money, man. I mean, say what you say. He had to pay some money back, but he sure kept more than what he had to pay back. So, dude's really just out here living his best life.
taking what boxing has to offer, which is money and the fame, dude. I mean, that's what a lot of these guys care about nowadays. You could say the same thing about basketball players too, man. They don't really do it for the love no more. They do it for what it offers. That's what you're seeing in college athletics, man. These guys are about the money. It's not about the sport anymore. It's a business.
Are you a boxing aficionado? How many years do you go back with boxing? Do you really like the sport, the lifestyle?
I've spoke to you before in the past.
Okay.
When Tank and Ryan Garcia were about to fight, I correctly predicted what round the fight would end.
Okay.
Then, and I was a big De La Hoya boxing fan, man. I mean, like I said, those were the days, and I think there's starting to be a resurgence of that now with Tank. Because to me, the Floyd Mayweather era was what kind of killed boxing, man. He was so protective of keeping that undefeated record that it kind of killed boxing. To be honest, that's what I think. Only because nobody goes to a baseball game to watch a shutout. We want to see home runs. We want to see stolen bases. And the same thing with boxing, man. People don't want to see a 12-round fight decision go down to the refs because we know that the refs can be swayed. So we want to see somebody. We want to see somebody win. That's what makes UFC so cool. There's no ducking. There's no dodging.
Can I jump in?
The fights.
Can I jump in?
Sure.
It's funny you said that UFC. It has really put a fire up under the ass of traditional boxing. So yes, boxing as we now know it needs to be, and I'm going to agree with you. We need more bang for the buck. If we're talking about whatever pay-per-view is charging now, we want to see somebody's shit get rocked. Do you think that Shakur Stevenson is exciting enough to do that, or is he just
No.
Go ahead.
No.
Go ahead.
No. He doesn't have the few fights that I've seen of him. He just doesn't have the punch.
Right.
I mean, if he's kind of reminding me of an early Mayweather. I remember before Mayweather got his big win against De La Hoya. I remember there was a fight where he took the gloves off and was favoring his hand. I don't know if he had broken one of his hands or both of his hands. And I remember he was being interviewed by Lampley at the time, and he was talking about how it was almost like with Steph Curry with the weak ankles. It almost made him give it up, but he turned into a megastar afterwards. But yeah, Stevenson just does not have the knockout strength. He doesn't. I mean, the fights that I've seen, like I said, he's fought, I think, Lomachenko, which that seems to be one of the big fights. Is it Lomachenko and I think Tank Davis. That's the one that they're trying to line up for later.
I'm reading something as you're talking. Go ahead. I'm just looking here.
Yeah, this dude. Are you familiar with Lomachenko?
Yes, I am. And I was looking. What year did Floyd Mayweather fight Ricky Hatton? What year was that? Caught his dumb ass like. How year was
man? I remember we got together to watch that fight, and that was such a letdown. Everybody got together for December 8th, 2007.
Was it? Everybody was not me rooting for Ricky Hatton, and he walked into that fucking left, and that was that. It was that.
Yeah, and that was it, man. That I think that killed the momentum for his career. We've had a lot of guys that brought an energy. Remember Prince Nassim Hamed?
Oh yeah,
the way he got laid down.
Yo, he's fat as shit now. Have you seen him? He's like a blimp.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. But I mean, he took those millions and probably turned them into billions wherever he's from. So. But yeah, man. I think boxing now.
Hang on. 2007 is when he dropped Ricky Hatton. that was a beautiful fight
on HBO. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yes, sir.
And the fly nigga Jiggy fight with him and Zab Judah, that was boxing. That was great.
with the brawl. Didn't they brawl after the fight?
Everybody.
Like, weren't people jumping in?
2006. Chairs are flying in the goddamn ring is beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're saying Shakur Stevenson is not ready for Tank?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Nah, man. I don't think maybe 5 years down the line, you know, he's got to really build his career up. He's nowhere near it. Man, Tank right now is just, man,
another level.
Exciting, man.
Another level.
Yeah, dude. He comes in and he's just feeling you out those 5-6 rounds. This last fight, I mean, he was dictating the pace of the fight the whole time, man.
It's a fact.
And then when it was go time, he just, man, that's some good boxing right there, man. Great boxing.
I appreciate the call, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you. Okay. Guys, is Joe Biden dropping out this weekend? Supposedly, that's what I've been reading. He's going to drop out of the race this weekend. Sleepy Joe. I think that would be the best thing, okay? Let me go to area code 914. 914, it's Friday, late night. We're talking about a few topics, and I have a theory, just a theory. That Joe Budden.
Peace, God. Peace, God.
Peace is in love with Cardi B. What do you want to start?
Peace, God.
Peace. How are you? Peace.
Wait, can you hear me, Star?
I can hear you, sir. How are you? What do you want to start?
Peace, Star. Let me tell you what the problem is with Joe Budden and Cardi B.
Okay.
Every hood had a Cardi B, and we treated her like shit. She was a bad bitch.
Can I ask you to watch the language, sir, please?
What?
Sir,
pardon me. Pardon self, God. Pardon self, God.
Go ahead.
Pardon self. Every hood had a bad female that was like her. She was never supposed to be anything. And 90% of the rappers was bums. Okay. They're well-dressed bums. I mean, about all of them, from the goats. None of them was rich. None of them was highly educated, had all this class. They never even knew how to appreciate a broad like her. So when she got up, Joe Budden was looking at her like she was that nasty, dirty, worker, whatever, and the stripper and the HOE. No disrespect. I'm gonna respect the algorithm. I'm a little hype. I'm smoking and drinking.
Take your time.
The thing of it is, she still respects her man. She don't even put the dirt out on him. She sits back and lets it ride. She sits there and takes it because she knows that's what a real B does.
Right.
So that's my man. I know he can do what he does. He's got $50 million. I know he's in the streets. I'm not going to sit there and embarrass him. I know he's going to do me dirty. Right. Every man that I ever met did me dirty since I was 13.
Talk about
it. And now you want to bring her back to that? Now that she's up, she don't want no more albums, bro. Cardi have her kids in private schools, in apartments that I can't even walk into. You understand? I'm a 9-to-5 dude, so I'm a bum to these people. I know how they live. You understand? People are not realistic. If Cardi B wanted to be my girl, you think I would be mad if she was a stripper? I'd be like, yo, that's my broad right there. And she got me in a Bentley coupe. And her kids on their way to any college they want in the country. You cannot bring back a successful person to where they were. She won. Let her win.
Yeah.
You know how many people didn't deserve to win? I don't care if she had a team of ghostwriters. She still know how to shake that thing.
Right.
Talk the way she talks, which is how a real Puerto Rican talks. Right. No disrespect to my Hispanic peoples, or whatever y'all want to call yourselves. She is a real lady, no matter what anybody else wants to say, because everybody wants a freak. Anybody that doesn't is just a coward, insecure, can't please a woman dude.
Right.
I don't want no virgin.
Right.
What I want a nice girl for? I'm not a nice guy.
Right.
She's what he wants. He wish he had a Cardi B to sit there and put up with all 20 years of what he was going through because he finally had a little money. We don't know how to act until we get money, bro, because we don't come from money.
If I can jump in for a second, sir. Her father is Dominican, and her mother Trinidadian and African. So she's
Caribbean.
Yeah.
Caribbean.
Yeah, she's not Puerto Rican per se.
Okay, my bad.
It's fine. If I can jump in for a second, you're spitting that real shit. Seriously.
I'm talking the truth.
No, yes. If I can just say this,
Yes,
this
brother.
is just my theory, and she's now saying, I gave you 2 lap dances, you were on coke. I don't know Joe Budden to indulge in coke, but she said it. And if he was, and she gave him 2 lap dances, you're right. She kept her mouth shut all these years. Come on, my nigga.
Right.
Come on. I came
Listen,
on
you don't have to-
your podcast, episode 45. I didn't even mention that.
Shout out to GOAT. Shout out to GOAT.
Give him a second, folks. He's hyped. Let him talk. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah. Back in the days, I'm from Long Island, and I admit it, and I can name like 90 other people. But the thing is this: we used to come to the GOAT. We used to drive all the way out to the GOAT, right? A lot of my educators and high class individuals, we used to be snorted out of our minds.
Right.
And go uptown to Riverside and grab an ounce for about $1,100 and snort half of it on the way home. So I should turn on the top and sell it for $1,200. So I know that I'm not going to ever tell my kids or anybody in public that I used to sniff coke because I'm a drug counselor now.
Right.
But him and Cardi was getting the lap dance, snorting it out, and she kept it to herself, and she probably had a bump or two because she knows she had it.
Hang on, sir. We don't know that. Please do not try to. Sir, hold on, sir. Sorry. I gotta slow you down.
Sorry.
If you have never seen Cardi B,
sorry.
If you have never seen Cardi B do coke, do not accuse her, sir.
Yes.
She is suing niggas out here. I don't know you. Slow that down.
Let me draw that back. Let me detract that.
You have no knowledge, sir. Let's get past that.
Let me use my name. No Cardi B, no anybody else.
You've never seen Cardi B do coke. Slow it down.
Never admit these things.
Slow it down, sir. Slow it down. Okay. So yeah.
Not her. Sorry. No disrespect. No. I love Cardi.
I want you to have the last word. It's just a theory. I have no proof, no knowledge. I think he's in love with her. Go ahead and finish up. Finish up.
Much respect to Cardi B. That's all I'm going to say. Much respect to Cardi B for being a rich sister and holding the brothers down out there. Stay getting money however you got, Cardi. You rich. Nobody's anything but jealous of you. Yeah. I wish I had you.
So
I wouldn't care how many dudes you allegedly, supposedly did what with. That wouldn't be nothing when that Bentley pulled up to me every day. I'm good.
I gotta go, sir. Thank you.
Hello, Cardi.
Thank you.
Peace, star.
Peace. He was hyped, troll babies. I let him call me a brother. He was hyped. He was feeling good. I stopped doing coke in 1991, from 81 until 91. So when I was up in the GOAT in South Bronx, I was drinking, It wasn't on the booger sugar, but I was in the strip clubs back in the 80s. Oh, we were doing bumps. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Tweaking. Had the Bobby Brown jaw. Falling in love with bitches. What? What? Peace, Shazam. I got your donation, sir. Thank you for tapping in. Yeah, we had a power surge earlier, but I'm back now. Okay, I'm gonna finish up the show and get my sponsors rolling here. Okay. Salute to the caller who called in earlier and he thought we were talking about President Biden and Cardi B. It's Friday night, people having a good time. YouTube.com/@CoachGats. Folks, please go there on YouTube. Great music. I've been checking out his platform for the last couple of days. Really good classic feeling, hip hop, kind of jazzy, very retro, if you will. Coach Gatz, tell him I sent you. Okay. Hey Sheila, I got your what's going on here? What is this about? Hold on a second. Oh, okay. No, that's has nothing to do with what we're talking about tonight. Thank you so much. What else did I want to mention, guys? Something from earlier. God damn, I'm drawing a blank here now. I can't remember. Maurice, I got you the donation. Thank you for tapping in. Let me go to area code 571. Extended show. I have a theory. I have no proof, no knowledge. Joe Budden is in love with Cardi B. Are you up to speed on the story? Trending everywhere. 571.
What's going on, man? How you doing?
How are you, sir? What's cracking?
All right. So on a side note, yeah, I'm a little bit up to speed, but what you were saying with in the era when it was flowing through, and everybody was doing bumps and everybody was partying and everybody, it was just like smoking a cigarette type situation, but only if you was connected in the realm of being connected. But Cardi B is a solid woman. I'm gonna give her that. Like your last caller was calling in and saying, she's a solid woman. She done seen a lot. She done a lot.
Yeah.
And when she picked who she picked, you know, it may not have worked out in her favor, but she still tried to hold it down. And the man said he was in love with Cardi B. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you mean the last caller? Yeah, he was hyped. He was
the last caller.
He's hyped. Yeah.
He said he was in love with Cardi. And what I want to speak on with that is, when you see a real woman, whether or not the woman decide to cut grass, whether she decide to sell fruit on the side of the road, whether she decide to sell her body. When you see a woman that's going to go all the way by herself, but then she look at you and see that she will go all the way with you. I mean, at that point, it's unfortunate that sometimes they be picking wrong, and you know, when they pick wrong, it be really wrong.
Okay.
But yeah, you still can't deny the fact that that's a real woman right there. That woman held it down, that she's going to hold it down. And even if she do a whole 360, not a 180, she was going one way, she turned around and went the other way, but then she turned around and went all the way back. And when it all was said and done, she wound up right back where she was at the start. When she did a whole 360.
Right.
You still can't deny the fact that that's a good.
I just found out that she went to college.
Yeah. You see.
Went to college.
I mean,
huh?
Yeah. I mean,
did Nicki Minaj go to college? Did Remy Ma go to college? Huh?
Hey, look. Like I said. When they hold you down, and it was in that different time before the cell phones, before all the pictures, and before all the I'm gonna do it. Before, when it was just you and was it just me and you type in the room type, just me and her in the room.
Okay.
You know she hold you down because don't know. You could be in front of your baby mama. You could be in front of your wife. You can be in front of your mama, but she gonna hold you down.
Yeah.
And what's understood don't even need to be spoken. And that was between the man and the woman before anything. So, you know,
you sound like a knowledgeable man. So are you married?
Unfortunately, I ain't gonna say unfortunately. I had too many old players tell me that I was crazy for even thinking about being married.
So are you married? Yes or no?
No, I'm not married. No, I'm not married, man.
Okay.
Nah. Nah.
I have to look at Cardi B different now, man. I mean, I stopped hating on her a year and a half ago because I just said, what am I doing? I'm almost 60. This woman's got a ring, doing the damn thing.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Beautiful baby, you know.
Right.
What have I been doing? You know, making women put their feet in the stirrups and getting their stomachs pumped.
Hey, look.
Who the fuck am I to hate on Cardi B? You feel me, my nigga? You feel me?
Little bit nigga. You right. Hey, look, little bit nigga, little bit nigga. You say you was a life coach now. You say you a life coach now.
Yeah, I'm trying to help niggas now.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Stay in your marriage. You don't want to live like Star. All this.
Look. Hey, man. Sometimes you gotta walk that walk to be able to talk that talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah. I understand, man. I understand. You feel me? But,
hey, if we can bring it back, sir, finish up here. Do you think Joe Budden is secretly in love with Cardi B, or is he just doing what he does? He's been waiting on the music. The music hasn't come. The second album, and you know, he's just doing what he does. What do you think? Finish up.
All right, cool. No, on a side note, with that situation, I'm gonna say that no man should ever be looking at what a woman does, for the simple fact that anything a woman does, if you're a real man, you're gonna know how to be able to parlay that into making your situation like. If I'm gonna bring it home,
please.
In that Wakanda,
please land your plane. You got 10 seconds. Please land your plane.
Right. In that Wakanda situation, sometimes you don't got to send all the men out to war, because sometimes the women got all the information before the man even leave the house.
Got you.
So you gonna listen, or you gonna go out there and fight blind.
Okay.
It's your choice.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
No doubt.
No doubt. Okay. Salute. Peace. Guys, is Melissa Ford married or engaged? Joe Budden's or one of his co-hosts? I tune into Joe's show once in a while. It's like a lot of people on this show, and I don't want to cloud my brain with a bunch of people's stories and or issues. I salute to all of them. Melissa Ford, Ish, Ice, and my nigga Trevor, aka Queen's Flip. Is she married, Melissa Ford? Does she have a ring? Lucy's Pearl says nope. Sheesh. Sit tight on the phones. Area code 228. You're up next. What time is it? Oh wow. Okay, we're doing good on the time here. 228. Sit tight. You're up next. Hey, have you guys been to my Squirrel Party channel yet? My other YouTube channel, Squirrel Party. I'm not looking for a lot of views on the videos. I'm not doing a whole bunch of fancy editing. You know, I thought about putting cameras inside some of the squirrel houses, and I may in the upcoming weeks. But right now, I want you to see what I see when I go out on my little back patio. The squirrels just zooming through the goddamn yard. Oh, and has anybody noticed the birds? There's so many different types of birds now. There's robins, there's blue jays, a lot of different types of birds. You got the little hummingbirds. Keeps me busy, you know. I smoke my cigars, and yeah, I'm there on the laptop sometimes, but a lot of times I'm reading a book there. I'm always reading a science fiction book. So, you know, if you're looking for something peaceful, check out my Squirrel Party YouTube channel and turn the volume up. I recommend the volume being up, because on the camera I have the settings at 3 or 4, so you can hear the birds and the insects and the squirrels. Okay. Now that I got your donation, thank you for tapping in, sir. Okay. Zay, are you calling in? Zay, one of my sponsors. Call in, call in. Any sponsors, you have to email me and say, Star, I'm calling in from such and such an area code. Area code 228. Good evening. Are you there? 228. Late night, Friday night.
Say, man, hey, man. Say, man, hey, man. My number done changed, man. Chopping Game, Tennessee, Mississippi Gulf Coast.
Man, a blast from the past. How you been, homie? How you been?
It's been a minute, man. I would like a privilege today. I was listening yesterday, but I was like, I ain't gonna be able to get in.
Okay.
And about the you know, I'm in Mississippi. I'm on the Gulf Coast. You got two Mississippis. You got Mississippi, you got the Mississippi Gulf Coast. We the city boys now here.
Okay.
We the one they say slick at the mouth. We ain't, but
I got you.
The Burger King situation, man, there's a lot of people calling in.
Whoa.
They don't know about the demographic.
Whoa. Now you calling about a story that we already combed through 2 days ago. I'll go back for you though. You want to talk about that?
I want to say something because it was so many people from Mississippi downplaying that area.
Right.
Okay. So you got
let me set it up again. Hold on, let me set it up again. Clinton, Mississippi, about almost 2 weeks ago, a mother, black mother, hired her 15-year-old son, I forget his name, very well-mannered young man, and 3 of his friends. Had all of them working at the Burger King. She was some type of manager. They're doing a great job. This was their summer job. She posted a picture up on Facebook. Nick Cannon shared the picture. And then the Burger King regional manager and somebody else, district manager, called her, and they fired them all. The mother, the son, and the other 3 friends. Yes?
Yes.
Come on.
I wanted to speak on the demographics. Like,
come on.
It's a suburbs outside of Jackson, Mississippi. Like right there, so it's not the hood. Clinton, Mississippi is not the hood.
Okay.
College, Mississippi College, a prominent white like D3, D2, NA something.
Okay.
College be right there. Nice college. Mississippi College, and people was trying to talk bad about that, like they was in the hood of Jackson, Mississippi, but somebody blow your brains out at the window, driving window. I'm talking about Jackson like that, you know what I'm saying? So you got Madison, Mississippi, like Madison County, and you got Clinton. When you in those 2 areas, you cool, you good. You can leave your doors on while you go in the store.
Can I cut in for a second? Listen, I need you to get to the story itself because I don't want to sit here and do the whole thing about the areas, yada yada yada. If you're saying you're saying it's a nice area, okay. But now the mother and her 15-year-old son was fired, and his 3 friends. Take it from there, please.
I think that's not a hood area, but I think they got fired because they broke the ghetto to Beverly Hills.
Okay.
That type of thing. But other than that, man, what else going on, Star? I ain't mean to waste all this time, man.
Well, no, you're saying that they brought the ghetto to Beverly Hills. Now, the mother, and I'm going back for you, Chopping Game. It's been a while since we spoke. The mother was paying her 15-year-old son adult wages. Supposedly, he was supposed to be getting paid less based upon the state minor, pay, whatever that is. So corporate stepped in. I'm not sure if it was a privately owned store or a or a chain, one of the chain stores, but they fired them all. What are your thoughts on that? Do you feel that the mother was wrong, or do you think that they were all fired improperly?
Okay, Iron Rand, what is your philosophy? I started following you. When you file an Iron Rand.
Chopping Game, nobody gives a shit. Can you get to the point? I went through the whole goddamn thing for you. Come on. Never mind me. Come on.
You got right. What I'm saying is, If they was wrong, they was wrong. Objective thinking, right? No matter how we look at it, if she did that,
Troll baby, should I hang up on them? Troll babies. Go ahead. You say.
we said objective thinking. I'm a follower of star. I'm a troll baby. Right?
Chopping game.
I read the book.
Chopping game.
Ask all them how many read that first book, man.
Chopping game. Joe Budden. Is Joe Budden in love with Cardi B? Finish up, please. Chopping game.
I think he is, man.
Okay. All right.
I think he's trying to he's trying to get there, and you know, they got their past history.
Gotcha.
But we need to know, did they go to what's the dance in VIP?
I don't know. Yeah. She said she gave him two lap dances. You know. So she said.
Did he spend $40?
I don't know.
Did he spend the 40? Yeah. You know, it's a down south price, right? So,
well, they were up in Queens, New York. But hey, man, I gotta go. Good talking to you. Salute. It's been a while. Whew, shit. I got one of my sponsors. I think he's tapping in. Hold on a second. Zay. Where is Zay calling from? Hold on, guys. I think this is Zay right here. Zay, is that you? Tapping in. 93. Zay. Give me a second, guys.
Yo, Star, what's the word, man?
What's going on with you, man? Good to hear from you.
Man, working like a slave trying to get this YouTube shit off the ground, man. I appreciate you having me tap in with everybody.
Hey, man, well, let's you and I talk behind the scenes. I don't share video footage, so I have to say that up front because my daughter, Amy, she's a beast when it comes to copyright strikes and stuff like that. But tell people about your platform. There's a link in my community section with the banner to your platform. What is your page about, please, Zay?
My page is about sports, music, and the culture.
Okay.
It's a lot of guys out here that y'all be listening to that really not authentic. They really not who they say they are. You know what I mean? They really don't stand on the things, are willing to die behind the things that come out their mouth.
Okay.
They're biased. They don't change their opinion when new information is presented to them. I'm one of those guys that's ready to come in and hit the ground running. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I want everybody in the live chat that's listening, take your nutty professor finger and type in 93Z and hit that subscribe button because we coming.
You're young. You've got the energy. Well, let's talk a little sports here for a second. The WNBA has signed some type of $2 billion deal with regards to platforms such as ESPN. You covered that, yes?
Yeah, I covered it. Yeah, it was breaking news because, you know, the WNBA is tied in with the NBA, so they kind of lumped it all in together and gave them $2.2 billion out of the $70+ billion that they got originally up front for the NBA media rights TV deal. The WNBA is coming. Caitlin Clark.
Well, it's a deal worth. The deal is worth that much. They didn't just give them $2 billion. It's worth that much.
No. Yeah, the deal is worth $2.2 billion. It's stretched out over 11 years.
Right,
so the revenue's going to go up from $60 million a year to about $200 million a year.
Okay.
We don't know exactly. So all the players right now are actually signing 1 to 2 year deals because that expires in 2025, the current CBA. So moving forward, they're going to have to renegotiate the splits because at the same time, I don't know how it's going to work because the WNBA has been losing money since its inception. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
I'm pretty sure they're going to want to recoup some of that money back. Also, the NBA does own 60% of the WNBA as well. So who knows if they're going to purchase more equity in terms of the WNBA and how they're going to split that up. But what I do know now is, Angel Reeves, are you listening?
Yeah.
I'm in them DMs, baby. Respond. Hit me back. Hit me back. I need you. I want you. I like you. I'm coming. You feel me?
So is she really dating G Herbo, or was that just a news story that just really got no traction to it. Gia Herbo from Chicago, Angel Reese.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm hating. I ain't even look at that shit. Man. I was mad as hell. I was like, man, I was hating. I was like,
okay.
Not G Herbo, the scammer? Nah, not G Herbo. Come on, man.
Convicted scammer. Yeah.
Convicted scammer. You know what I mean? So she's doing herself a disservice. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Are you up to speed on Ice Cube selling two teams with regards to his platform? 3-on-3?
No, I'm not up to speed on that. I'm gonna have to look that up. I ain't see.
Can you Google right now? Hold on a second. Ice Cube.
Yeah. Hold on. Ice Cube selling the bag.
Ice Cube. There it is. The big three. 3-on-3 basketball league co-founder, hip hop star Ice Cube in 2017. He sold two teams for $10 million each.
Ooh, and they're big markets too. He sold Miami, Los Angeles, Detroit, and H-Town. Damn. Yeah, it's looking like
Well, keep me posted, or if you do a video on that on your platform, send me a link and I'll send people to your page. All right. I saw that earlier, and it just came to mind. But hey, man, great to talk to you. I appreciate you being a sponsor. Now you're in the comment section, in the community section, interacting with people. Yes.
Yes, I am. I respond to all comments, man. At least I try to. Not on your time, but on my time, though. I'm going to respond to you, though. I'm going to definitely get back at you. So, troll babies, hit the comment section, spam it up, type BBL, Drizzy, Kendrick Lamar, do whatever you got to do. I'm going to respond to you.
Nice.
So,
good to talk.
I appreciate you start having me on.
Zay, salute.
I appreciate y'all.
Okay.
Have a nice day.
Take care. All right. That's one of my sponsors tapping in.